Well done, Robert. Great fight.
Thank you.
Looked like you sort of figured out Real, and you sort of let him come into a lot of those knees.
Yeah. DJ who's just running in, so I figured I'd just counter him with knees, use angles, and just pick him apart.
Yeah. Did he surprise you with his toughness?
Yeah, he was big. He had a lot of power, so I just wanted to stay away from his power and just counter, speed and counter.
Okay, so you leveled the playing field. 2 wins Bermuda, 2 wins Canada. Ashley's just entering the ring. How do you feel about this next race?
Ashley's a very experienced fighter, and like Muay Thai is her background. This is a Muay Thai title, so hopefully it should go in her favor. That's
Thanks a lot, Robert.
Thank you very much.
Hold on. You gotta go to the doctor.
Representing Mass Thai Boxing.
Okay, Nathan, we've come down to the final two.
The red corner.
Yes. This is going to be an interesting fight.
Representing Bermuda and the Bermuda Sanshao Association. Tele Iris. And just to show you the belt that they're fighting on for tonight. Yes.
Moments away from the vacant World Muay Thai Federation Continental Bantamweight title fight between Bermuda's Talia Iris and Canadian Ashley Nichols. Nichols going through her warm-up traditional exercises here. And you can see, Nathan, now we're starting to see a pattern of pretty much, some of them deviate, it's slightly different, but the gist of it is pretty much the same here.
It's pretty much the same, and I would assume that it's a certain routine or a dance that they follow in picking up the patterns that we're seeing. You would see her bowing to each corner. Very precise and very clean. You see we can kind of almost gauge the level of the fighter from the level of the dance, really. We saw earlier from some of the earlier fighters, not so clean dance, but these fighters that we're seeing lately come out very precise and very energetic.
And there's the title belt that they'll be fighting for tonight. Let's really cheer these ladies
Here
on.
we got a good look at the belt.
Make sure they can hear your support.
Oh, it's a beautiful golden belt.
It's a beautiful belt, and we expect no less, Mike. It's the world. This isn't just something that's locally. This is the World Muay Thai Federation belt. We can assume that Nichols had a lot of experience and a lot of fights under her belt to achieve that. We don't expect a meager performance from her tonight, actually.
Well, this is penultimate fight of the night.
This is what people came out to see tonight. One of the fights people really looking forward to. Iris, I have to say, a skilled fighter herself, holding belts herself in sparring and weapons and forms.
And I remember when she burst on the scene as a youngster years
we're
ago.
Talking about years ago. We're talking about 20-something years ago, perhaps now. And we're about to begin.
It's underway. World Muay Thai Federation Continental female title fight in the bantamweight division.
Both fighters coming out are kind of gauging each other. We don't see any clean power hits coming out. We see a roundhouse from Iris.
I think they're feeling each other out right here.
Both utilizing that speed that they have. We see a number of techniques already from Nichols. But again, no real exchange is happening yet.
A lot of leg kicks right now.
A lot of legs. Iris definitely proficient in her legs. With her karate background. Nichols gets in her edges in a head kick. Iris resetting. Nichols getting in a couple of hits. Now starting to pick apart Iris, who seems to be pressing forward more. See a lot of kicks. And when the opportunity presents itself, we see the punches coming in, but both opponents leading with those kicks.
This first round, opening round, has been predominantly kicks by Nichols and Iris.
A fair exchange at this point. I will give it to Nichols only by an inch right now. She seems to be landing these kicks a lot more cleanly. Seems to be countering with the kicks very good. Using some straight kicks and some roundhouses.
Yeah,
we see Iris press her in the corner and try to use some boxing.
Yeah, we need some upper body movement from Batilia Iris.
Yes, Iris keeps walking into these kicks, trying to use her punches. Now that's the end of the first round. What do you expect to see from this second round, Mike?
Well, it's hard to tell because
they're just testing each other and
I
feeling
thought they were like
themselves out.
Calvin is saying. They were feeling each other out there. I thought that it was a tremendous amount of kicking involved in that opening round.
Yeah, you know word of mouth.
I don't think that they both let go yet. They haven't let go yet.
Definitely seem to be restrained.
Thank you, Natasha, our lovely ring girl.
I think it's also because it's a belt at stake. They don't want to make a big mistake and get caught with something that's going to ruin them for the rest of the night.
I must say, I believe this is 5 rounds instead of 3, Mike. I very much believe. I don't know if you've
seconds out. Seconds out.
That as well.
For a title fight, they didn't say, but it must be more than 3 rounds.
I believe so. Judging by the pace that they're going at, I wouldn't expect it to be merely 3 rounds. We see the pace has picked up a lot more right now. Iris trying to work those punches.
Still coming straight at her, though.
Coming straight at her, yes.
They say the name of the game is don't be predictable.
Nichols excellent in countering with those kicks, even from a close distance.
She's going up top. She went up top.
She keeps switching it up. Those legs keep coming, Mike. They're chopping now. They're chopping and she's throwing in some fakes. Iris is just responding, left to respond right now. And now we get into the clinch a bit.
Oh, it's all Nichols.
We see the power coming out now. We see the powers being unleashed. She keeps switching it.
Iris has to get in a few blows here. It's one-way traffic.
Those kicks are coming. They're just chopping Iris down, really. Quite proficient in those kicks. They're coming at all angles and they're coming at all times, Mike.
Ashley Nichols putting on a show. This may be finished. This may be all over. Ashley Nichols really putting on a.
Really amping it up right now.
I think that it might be over too. He's giving Oscar Lightborn is giving Talia a second or two.
And as we've seen from the last fighters, once these fighters take this standing 8 count, it's all down here from there, as we saw from Bowen, who had to take 1 in each round. Let's see if Iris kind of resets and resettles herself. She's reaching out for those kicks. It's not coming. It's not landing anything, Mike.
She's not making contact. I think her confidence would jump considerably if she could just get it, make contact with a few of those attacks. Okay.
Very nice round again,
2.
but I would have to give it again to Nichols.
Both rounds, Nichols?
I would give both rounds to Nichols.
And the lovely Danae. Thank you very much, Danae.
So we have the 3rd round coming up. And according to my co-commentators, Nathan Dill, the Canadians, if it remains the way it is, will go ahead 3-2.
And just edge out.
With only 1 fight remaining, Jeremy Hawkrig and Jamal Woolridge.
Which should be an interesting fight as well.
Super heavyweight.
Woolridge, a very capable and competent fighter.
Don't you touch that dial. You're watching Bermuda Sports Network, and we've got these super heavyweights yet to come.
Again, as
seconds out, seconds out.
As her teammate said in his interview in the after the last fight, Iris is kind of fighting from the back because she's trying to fight for the Muay Thai title. Not being a Muay Thai fighter.
Well, she's coming out aggressive right here.
Very aggressive, but getting punished now. Nichols able to defeat the clinch, and now it seems to be adopting that strategy that she's had all this time. She's able to just kick from any angle, whether she's pressing or retreating. She seems to be able to get those kicks out. Iris kicking, but we don't see it landing. We don't see the power behind it.
She's still taking the fight too, Nichols,
yeah, she's
though.
pressing it. She's pressing it.
But she needs to make contact.
Again, she's not a novice fighter, but like you said, she has to watch out for those kicks coming. Iris responded with some kicks of her own. But I don't know if you see it, Mike, but the kicks are coming from all angles. She's going up top, she's going low, she's going to the body, she's going to the head. Now she's utilizing some boxing.
Oh, she's in good shape. Nichols is in great shape.
Nichols is definitely, she's rocking
and this
the body.
Is probably
I expect
stop.
to see the second
it's
standing
gonna,
eight
yeah,
count.
this is not going to last too much longer.
A good call from referee Lightborn.
She wants to continue. Ashley Nichols in great shape here.
Definitely. She's able to utilize those kicks to, at Rio.
Round 3 comes to a close. Again, one-way traffic. All 3 rounds going to Ashley Nichols. I would say if you're trailing 3-0 and your corner's talking to you, come out. The old cliche, go down fighting.
Yes, yes.
I mean, if you're losing, you go down fighting.
She would have to leave it all on the floor now, Mike. As you said, you have to see some extreme.
But Nathan, how many times have we seen one good blow could turn a whole fight around?
Definitely, definitely.
She just needs to make contact and in a dynamic fashion to make a statement. Right now, Nichols is coming in with no fear. And she's, you know, she feels that she's dominating. She's controlling the tempo. She has no fear. And she's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, she is. You see a lot of weapons coming out of her arsenal. Right? You see takedown attempts now. Nichols executing a takedown attempt from the clinch. Don't know what was that fell off just now. Iris pressing in with the punches. Nichols in the clinch. Now attempting the takedown. A series of knees coming from Nichols. Iris seems to still be in the fight, but Nichols chopping her down left and right. High roundhouse. It doesn't look like Iris has much left in her right now for that one solid hit that we're saying that she needs right now. Nichols still able to dominate the fight.
Well, what I'm looking at here, her mouth is open, so obviously she's gasping for breath.
Good observation.
And she's backpedaling. That's it.
We see that it's been cold. It's been cold.
Over. Yep, it's all over.
Good attempt from Iris, but as we saw from the start of the match to the end of it, Nichols was able to just feel her out. And after the first round, just dominate.
And now Canada have taken a 3-2 lead.
Canada seems to be in the lead. Well, Canada is in the lead. Let's see what happens next with Hawk Rig versus Woolridge, the super heavyweights.
Yeah, but before we even go there, congratulations to Ashley Nichols for winning the vacant World Muay Thai Federation Continental Bantamweight title right here on Bermuda soil. So she'll take that belt back with her to Canada.
Definitely a deserved performance. Definitely well deserved. She seems to have a lot of weapons in her arsenal, and she seems to be very fit and have a lot of training under her belt. I would say her next match to defend this belt, that opponent is going to have a hard match as well.
I bet you, Nathan, she trains with the guys.
I'm sure she does. I'm sure she does.
That'll be her secret. Train with the boys.
Opponents showing each other mutual respect.
Good sportsmanship.
Very nice.
Great sportsmanship. Well, that's official now.
It's official. The belt looks bigger than her, but I wouldn't mess with her.
Firstly, Ashley, I'd like to start by congratulating you on successfully defending your title.
Thank you.
I was very impressed with your style. You look to be a very methodical fighter and let the fight come to you.
For sure. Yeah, I like to counter. And I know she had less experience than me, so I wanted to, feel her out and, let her go. I go, she goes. It was a really good fight, and I'm happy for the opportunity that she rose up to the challenge.
Now, is this your first title?
No, I've had 4 championships in the past. Recently, I won the WMF, which is also WMF title here in Thailand. I won the Amateur World Championships in Ayutthaya, Thailand, and I also won the Asian Cup Pro-Am Championships.
Well, great fight.
Thank you.
All the best. Congratulations.
One last question.
Yes, for sure.
When do you hope to defend your title?
Anytime. I'm actually competing on Canada Sports Network in 3 weeks for a Canadian title also.
Congratulations. True champion.
Mr. Jeremy